Welcome back. So now we're going to go into importing footage. Importing footage is pretty easy. There's a couple different ways that I usually import footage. One way is to click on the project pane. You can tell it's clicked by the highlighted ring around the project pane, and come up to File and just import. It'll bring you over to Test, and then wherever you're looking to import your footage, go ahead and bring in this music file. And you'll notice that it pulls it up right into your little project test pane. Now you can change how it looks by coming down here to the left. You'll see one is a list view and the other is an icon view. If you go to the icon view, you can actually see a physical representation of each of your files that you upload. You can also enlarge the icons, or you can make them smaller. And if you hit the tilde key, which is that little squiggly line key right next to your 1, it'll actually make your pane full size. And so now when you enlarge it, you'll notice that they get quite large. And this will come in handy when we're doing more intricate things. Say if you just hold it over the interview sequence or the sequence timeline, it'll make it much larger. You can work on things a little closer. It makes it easier. For now, I'm going to go back to the list view because that's just the way that I like to work at it when I'm bringing in footage. And I'm going to show you a couple other ways to bring in footage. One is to double left click on the pane itself. And that'll bring it up again here, and we'll go to footage. And we'll just bring in that drone 4K and hit import. Okay, you'll notice that it brings it back down here. And if you double click on this, it loads it up into the source pane. Now this, just because I double click on it and it loads it up into this pane, you'll notice it's not over here on the sequence. And the sequence is your movie, basically. Everything that is on this timeline will be within this interview sequence over here. Okay, you'll notice that it says interview sequence. And if you had more sequences, then you would have more small mini movies, if you will. And you can even put sequences on timelines. And that's starting to get a little bit more complicated than we'll get in this video. But just know that anything that's going to be on this timeline will be in this interview sequence. Okay? Alright, so let's go one more way to import some footage. Here's our test file. We'll open the test folder up, go into footage, and we'll grab these other two videos and just drag and drop them in. And you notice it loads them right up in there. You can go ahead and close this out and bring this back over. And now you have all of your footage. Now one thing you could do is you can come down here where it says new bin, and you can make a little folder. And we can call this footage. And what we can do is we can actually grab all three of these footages and just pull them and drop them in there. And now they're all nice and neat, and you can twirl it up if you don't want to see it. So once you're done working on your footage, you can either bring it up there or you can make it nice and neat and start off that way. Organization is going to be one of the key elements to keeping yourself sane throughout your video production process. Alright, now next we're going to go into working with a little bit more of these other panes and explaining what they do. Thanks.